Juice here, your host of all the battle reports here at the Long War, where we always keep it icy and birdie. Big special shout out and thanks to our Long War veterans. If you haven't already, stop what you're doing, head on over to longwar.net, become a veteran of Long War today. Also, don't forget it's ATC, potential weekend coming up sometime. Either figure out who won, follow along on the BCP app, and also longwarswag.com.
We're playing in that.
We are actually, we are on teams.
Hell, this list is in it.
We're playing in all the events.
This is all Robbie B from behind the camera is going to is taking down the Sigmar. Robbie, if you guys are just tuning in, Robbie B just won Sigmar.
All 20 of my models.
That's it. He's Beast Claw Raiders. Longwarswag.com is where you can find all the coolest t-shirts, apparel. You could use something.
Yeah. Hopefully it's extra small.
Yeah. We do have mediums.
I can't fit in Talon shirt.
Nope.
Only half you.
So, okay, we are super excited today. Got some new information to break down for you. Some new battle report format.
Yeah.
So before we do that, everybody knows Austin A Dog. We've got Talon, best Astro-Militarian player in the history of ever. So here we go. New format for the Beats Lab today. We don't know how long it'll be. Maybe it'll be a lot, depending on how you guys like it.
Here's my take on a Rick and Morty list. Death Guard, Thousand Sons, Rick and Morty, or Mortarion and Magnus, or Nagnus, as you'll see here, that we've used commonly here in the studio. Guys, love this style list. Walk you through it real quick. We've got a battalion. We've got a Death Guard battalion. You see 17 Poxwalkers. We've got 2 squads of Nurgle Cultists. We've got Mortarion of the old era. Now that is my stand-in Necrosis. Now obviously that is not Necrosis, but that is what I like to use. I have Death Guard Demon Prince. The Warlord, he gets that 4-up Feel No Pain, gets that 2-up save with the Suppurating Plate, and you guys know the Mortal Wound love there. That rounds that off. We've got Mortarion by himself in a super heavy auxiliary detachment. He does not need help. He is his own champion. Then we've got the new hotness. You guys see some green ones. They're here. Obviously, they're not painted blue yet, but they are different than my Nurgle one. These are Thousand Sons Demon Princes in a Supreme Command with Ahriman. You guys can see he's got some hot Egyptian love on his cape. And rounding out that Supreme Command, you have Nagnus, the sorcerer himself, proxying in as Magnus, as we often do. Really fun list, different style that you may have been used to. Not as many cultists, but I like how this works. I almost forgot the coolest guy of all. The guy with the hose, the Blight Spawn. You know, he's got some make you swing last and a really cool flamer. Hopefully we can show you, shoot some flyers down here shortly.
Bringing the air cav. So I got 3 detachments here. First one is my battalion of Mortians. So company commander, Primarchs. Then 4 infantry squads with a mortar. Then 2 command teams with 4 plasmas. Now, you're wondering why I'm running Mortians. +1 to leadership, +1 to Overwatch. And it happens to be conveniently doing well against Chaos, since that's what I'm playing against. So now I'm rerolling the hit wounds if I happen to burn Vengeance for Cadia. The big one being Plasma Command Team. You drop them out, the reroll once a hit, burn Volley Fire. Every time the weapon hits on a 6, it gets a fire again. So I'm always going to be within 12 inches. And on average, you're probably looking at about 10 hits from an overcharging plasma gun. Very rarely will one guy die, but it doesn't matter, they get shot off board next turn anyways. They do surprisingly a lot of damage real fast. Now, for the second detachment, Spearhead, they're Cadian with the Primarchs. So 2 Forge World Hellhounds for my fast attack, 2 Hydras, which are great for putting those extra little damage that you need out there. And then 2 squadrons of 2 Basilisks each. My last one is the Air Wing right here. They're supported by 2 Officers of Fleet. They do airstrikes, so that's D3 more wounds from each of them. You got 2 Vultures, 2 Valkyries, double missile pods, double heavy bolters, multi-laser on each of the Valkyries. What's great about them, turn 1, I'm up in your face.
And the game is about to begin. Man, I'm getting excited. I'm wishing that I could be rolling some of these dice. But so, Talon, you, sir, with your proverbial balls on the table, how you deployed, saying, come get it, Morty, and Ricky, you've won the role to go first.
It paid off.
That was, like, important. On the checklist of Talon's game plan, go first is at the head of it. that itinerary does not get moved to tomorrow. You have to have it now. So you did win. Good job. Half the battle is done. Now, let us know what's going to happen turn 1.
I'm going to push to the center and try to hold it, and then push the birds up in his junk and try to see what I can blow out of there. One of the things I'm going to maybe try is throw the Mordian plasma squads out there, because the Mordians get an order to allow you to target characters. I don't care if you've got your Demon Princes buried all the way back up in there. Guess what they're doing? They're getting plasma to the face.
So that's great, because you've talked about earlier, you showcased and talked about how cool the Mordians are, how they can overwatch, how they can do things, how you can get extra shots, how you can, now you're telling me you can issue orders to snipe out characters.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not even a command point. I just go kill a character. And then I drop a command point and do a bunch of extra volley fire shots on them, and suddenly your Demon Prince is getting one shot off the board by a 76-point team.
So, Talon, you have a lot of stuff to go after. Let's play your turn out and see how it ended up. Wow, turn 1 for you, Talon, is in the books. So, as you can see, this is where Talon has went ahead and took over mid-board, moved up with infantry, right?
Yep.
Pop smoke here on the 2 flanks. And, Talon, break it down exactly what happened. I don't know, Robbie, if you want to see the dead pile real quick before Talon starts explaining. Talon, tell us how this happened.
So there's a lot of direct pressure straight to Morty to make him disappear from the board. Took all the basilisks and hydras and plasmas. It took most of the army, but Morty finally fell, and then 2 vultures ate up his Poxwalkers real quick, and then Mortars finish off a cultist squad.
So, and I want to talk about actual how it did. So, like, these Mordian plasma gun units are unreal. Also, because you pop out with these
Platoon commander, officer of the fleet.
Officer of the fleets, he's getting you just issue models, right? To just reroll to hit.
It's an ability. I just say you will reroll on the hit any of the birds that shoot at that guy.
Right. So like that is so if you're wondering, you're like Hydra will never do that damage. Like Talon obviously is being a G playing this army for a while. He literally has got so many hidden little stupid characters that you're like, oh whatever, and he's just doing stuff. You know, minus into hit, pluses to wound, rerolls, and then overlapping fields of fire, shooting a character that has fly with Hydras. Did you? The second Hydra is hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s because you're Katie.
Yeah.
I mean that's unbelievable. And then just mass amount of fire. I am very impressed. So overall, feel good.
I think I'm in a good position.
Okay.
Good position to take what Austin's going to give me.
Oh,
next.
it's coming, bro.
It's.
I'm bringing. You pissed me off now.
So, and last thing before we get out of here, I do want to talk about Talon. It was a very good move. When you're coming in with these birds and taking over positions, remember everybody at home, these are characters. Nagnus, Mortarion, all these demon princes, these are characters. If you would have moved, flew here to just really try to trap someone in the back, even if this was Abaddon, if this was anybody else, Austin can heroically intervene in your turn.
Yeah.
Like that's in the rules. You get to, even though there's no declared charge, there's no anything else, they have fly so they can interact with this. So you got to really be careful when you've got characters with fly, with this, with Zangor bombs, with anything else that are coming in. Characters can interrupt and heroically intervene in your turn. So I feel like that's a solid one. Let's see how Austin is going to return fire. Austin, I want you to know that was an impressive. We've been doing a lot of playtesting and whatnot. That was an impressive turn 1. Before you tell me about your turns, give me your thoughts on what just happened.
It's a shellacken. He is way up in ITC points.
Wow.
Right? Kingslayer, killing stuff, did a good job. So now,
Board control, recon,
right? He's everywhere. So let me tell you what I'm about to do. He pissed off Magnus.
He pissed off Magnus and a bunch of characters. I need to no-go for launch. How many times do you lose Magnus or Mortarion?
So you'd be surprised. Generally, people go after Magnus because he doesn't have the 5-up in feeling pain, and he dies much quicker than Mortarion. So not a lot, right? But that's why I did this. Mortarion's up front. I feel like he took the entire army.
Every
die.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to die, but he saved his buddies, and now we get to see what my novel of psychic powers can do. And clean up these flyers. Don't be surprised if I hop flyers, charge these infantry, and really just try to lock up some stuff. I don't like his characters. I don't like anything. I want to kill it all.
Everything's got to go. Wholesale. Veterans, just so everyone is clear, y'all did not mysteriously vanish into turn 3 or turn 4. No. This is the end good gentlemen of turn 1. And damn it, if there's not a lot gone. Austin, talk about it.
I told you pissed him off.
That's impressive. 4 birds gone, 1 turn. I've never had that happen before. Ever.
So obviously, just so you guys run down, Psychic, we did stratagem to cast an extra power. He was able to mortal wound everything. He had super smite go off, kill a bird. Right, we had to burn some other mortal wounds to kill it, but still, super smite killed birds. All the smites Thousand Suns can provide, all the mortal wounds. If you look at the list of psychic powers, you can see it. Talon, he's seen it. We had to clean up with some combat. We had a bird here that we took 4 wounds on a prince in Overwatch. He defensive gunnered and vengeance for Cadia.
Yeah, and apparently
it's a good combo.
20-something wounds.
I probably should have almost died, right?
Yeah.
And I made a bunch of saves, so luckily able to pick that bird up. Just so you guys know, this man is fully healthed. This man has a 3-up invulnerable. This man is -1 to hit. This is a pissed off Nagnus.
Hey, I want to make sure that my man in the corner watering his hose, it gets his watering his garden gets his due just.
These 2 princes here,
they were ready.
They were ready to charge a flyer, and they weren't able to do so because this hose right here was strength 9, hit the flyer 6 times, and nuked it.
The flyer with some random smites, it had 11 wounds left. I was like, oh, the demon princes are going to see combat. This hose, literally, you rolled a 1, you command point re-rolled it to a 6, strength 9, Talon, you got to make 5, 6 ups. You didn't?
Nope, fairly not.
I don't know, that garden hose is pretty cool, man.
That is.
It's watering some lawn now.
Yep, it's literally.
That's the epitome of an R. Kelly piss on you reading. We're spraying.
Wait.
So, just everyone else, these cultists are stratagem, they're cloud of flies, so pretty much all the big stuff has to shoot at the -1 to hit 3 up invul guy.
That is something very big to talk about because it's all characters. It's all this. Talon turn 1 was able to kill everything else that wasn't a character, no random squads. Talon, it is up to you now, getting ready to be in the top of turn 2. We're going to hear from you in just a second on how you're going to deal with Nagnus the Red. Talon. Dear good God. Before we hear anything else, let's hear about what just happened. Turn 1. Bottom of turn 1. The devastation.
I'm impressed. I've never had 4 birds disappear, not only just in 1 turn, the first turn.
The first turn.
That's a new record.
Yep. After you pummeled 700 points, 600 points of the opponent's army.
And you took 1,000 points off the board.
I want to double clarify, Talon, how many times have you played 3 Baneblades? 3 Shadow Swords?
Oh,
you played it before?
Plenty of times.
They don't kill 4 birds.
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Wow. I mean, again, this is powerful. They bypass the minuses to hit, the wounds, the toughness value, the 5-up saves, because most high things are -2, -3. They're just like mortal wounds, everybody. So we need to know, the veterans need to know right now, how do you feel Basilisk, Guardsmen, ITC missions? What's your game plan, turn 2?
Oh, Magnus is dead. Guardsmen, blast guns will kill him. Watch this.
Bold statement, ladies and gentlemen. Bold statement. ESPN 8 the Ocho is saying, bold move, Cotton. Talon, you have just completed your turn 2. Nagnus the Red has 7 wounds left. I want you to know, I am pretty impressed with that number. I didn't think you could get through that many. -1 to hit with guard is tough. And a 3-up invulnerable is even tougher. Talk about your turn.
Almost had him. And then I totally forgot about the -1, so the 96 last gun shots I threw at him would have been 160 if I was hitting on 6s with the volley fire. Turned out to only be 96, so it was, instead of mapping out to like 3 is what we ended up coming out, it was only 1 wound on him from the last gun, so almost killed him, the last guns. But no, hitting with the both flamers to put a wound on him, and then everything else hitting on 3s and 4s back in my backfield helped me greatly in putting enough firepower on him to do enough damage to bring him down fast.
Yeah, so he's hurting. This tech of shooting them, then utilizing because they automatically hit, and then pairing that with overlapping fields of fire, we see that all the time. That's a really good tech. I also like you masterfully baited him.
Yes.
Trying to bait him to swing and kill your mobile car bombs right there.
Yes.
Because when they blow up on the roll of because he can blink an eye and blow one of these up. He could have killed both of them turn 1 in this combat phase. But Austin was smarter than that because on the roll of a 4, when they explode, They explode on a 4-up
Yep.
and do D6 mortal wounds. So Nagnus the Red could have died. All these, this hobo baggins back here, Demon Princess, literally, these guys kill everything around them. So you had some plays. I saw it coming. You have 1 CP left, is that right?
Yes, right now.
1 CP left. That is surprising considering you have grand strategies, you have Aquilius, you have
I
everything.
get to get one CP back from either side.
Okay, so either way, we're heading into the bottom of turn 2. We have a lot less models on the table, and it's time for Austin to see if he gets to the backfield or not. Bottom of 2, and it feels like the bottom of 5. It's been a slugfest already. So, Austin, Nagnus the Red is still alive.
Thank God he got wings.
Man,
I don't want to stay in there. Those explodey tanks are scary. So we're gonna destroy them from a safe distance away, and hopefully they blow up and kill all those guardsmen. Because I think we're gonna make a push to the backfield, like you mentioned. Got to warp time this guy. We have some healing powers. Got a psychic power, gonna heal him D3.
So
command points, heal him D3.
that's what I want to talk
Try to
about.
keep
Is
him
like
alive.
we've seen a lot of Rick and Morty lists, right? And we've seen ones with Zangor bombs. We've seen one with all these cultists. We've seen other concepts. Having the plethora of psychic abilities between the multiple different books, with the Demon Princess, with Aramon, with all these other guys, literally is a linchpin.
Yeah,
Would you say it's a linchpin in the army?
if that's what you say.
I mean,
Linchpin?
linchpin.
I don't know how to say that. Linchpin.
Well, it's what you say now. What you say now.
So I feel pretty good about psychic powers. Obviously all the characters are dead. We're crushing on ITC points, so we're catching up to his early on points. Just worried about these tanks. Don't let them blow up near me.
Don't let them blow up near you. Yeah, so let's see how bottom of 2 goes. Bottom of 2 has just ended. Nagnus, Demon Princess of all varieties.
Would you like to know how I did it?
Wow. Break it down.
So guys, 6-inch explosion radius, right? So we fell back. He was wounded. Fell back to Aramon's warp time range, right? We buffed him up. He was warp timed off. He's back. He was healed 3 wounds with psychic power from a prince. And there he is, right? He was able to super smite, and that tank is fearful for its life. All these tanks here, all the mortal wounds, everything we could do with the list was able to pick up the tanks. Actually, what did it was the hose again, right?
Yeah, the hose.
Hose blew up the tank.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
It did.
Yeah, I'll put a lot of lotion.
It did. The tank blew up. He re-rolled it to not blow up. It blew up, and it killed the other tank. It killed a bunch of dudes.
Some
Great.
murder shuffle.
Huge explosion that cleared up the field for these 2 princes here to kill all the guardsmen.
Yeah.
You're out of CP to keep anyone alive.
Yeah.
So the leadership's cleaned it up. And we're in a great position, I think, with 10 wounds left to not die. And at this point, for ITC purposes, I'm running away with it for points.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are going to stop it here. There's no need to continue on with this pain train.
Oh.
Wow. Was it too soon? Look, to get Talon's exact reaction, to figure out how he's feeling about this entire situation, you got to head on over to longwar.net, become a veteran of the Long War today, to get all the juicy details of today's Beats Lab Battle Report breakdown, and to find out exactly how many psychic abilities, what the Nagnus, Mortarion, Rick and Morty list can actually do, how they're going to cast things, and a little bit more robust Beats Lab Battle Report breakdown to get all the details. Head on over there.